understandable, which by definition is to be able to be understood. A quick example of this is being friend-zoned by your best friend. She only sees you like a brother, but as most guys think,
I ain't trying to be the bro.
now, every human being since the 1900s has watched some sort of fiction, and we all have characters that we relate to and understand. So today I'm describing the realest characters in history.
And before the video starts, only 0.8% subscribe. Shout out to the real ones. You guys know who you are. But I'm back this time. For real, I'm serious this time. But the reason I was gone was because...
Courage. Do I even gotta explain why Courage is a real one? I get why some of y'all are confused because the title of the show, Courage the Cowardly Dog, but y'all forget the fact that this man's name is Courage. I mean, sure, in the show he runs away a lot, he screams a lot, and most of the time, he doesn't even want to do it. But a real one like Courage comes out and faces his fears to protect his family. And y'all can clown him all y'all want, but then y'all the same people that be afraid of spiders and water. Like, man, if y'all don't stomp on that spider and take swimming lessons, you'll be good. Now, I'm pretty sure most of you guys have a dog, and just because Courage is a dog, you like him. Now, me, on the other hand, I'm afraid of dogs. Like, if a dog runs my way, I will climb on any car, I'll climb on any tree, I'll climb on any house just to stay away from that dog. Don't even matter if it's Scrappy-Doo, which makes me like Courage more on an understandable, relatable level. Like, I'll be afraid of talking trees too. The next one's probably the most reasonable, Squidward. As a kid, we was all annoyed with Squidward. We was all just confused on why he was so mad all the time. But now that we all got a job, I feel this man's pain. Like, you waking up at 7 a.m. doing 12-hour shifts just to get paid minimum wage. I mean, the new Black Ops 6 Vault Edition is about to drop, and that's $100. Like, your boss is one of the most greediest mans on the planet. No, literally, he sold SpongeBob soul for pocket change. Then your biggest op is rich. How would you feel if your main op is rich and you just collecting scrap money? He living your dream. Like, imagine this. You get no girls, you get paid minimum wage, you're unhappy in life, you haven't fulfilled your dreams, you suck at mainly everything you do, and you're bald. Now you look at Squidward and realize he has all those traits. I see why he's depressed. Like, you around food 24/7. I feel you. Like, most of y'all be getting mad only working 2 days a week, and that boy Squidward working 7 days a week. And then to top it off, you got your coworker SpongeBob. Like, yeah, he cool and all, but I mean, you got somebody yapping in your ear every day. We all got that one coworker that just be annoying every time you talk to him. And for Squidward, that is SpongeBob. Having someone that is messing around with you every single hour is crazy to me. And then he's your neighbor. You get no free time from your worst coworker. Next is Benson from Regular Show. Now, if I was Benson, I would have been fired Mordecai and Rigby. It's like every time you open up your shift, Mordecai and Rigby up to something. Oh wait, Mordecai and Rigby is fighting a basketball god. Mordecai and Rigby's in space. When you have these two dudes clocked on shift, anything can happen, and I mean anything. The best bet, in my opinion, would be fire both of them, so I ain't gotta deal with their shenanigans. But that's why you gotta understand Benson. They not just no coworkers, they're his homeboys. Think about it. How many times did Benson tell Mordecai and Rigby to do their work or they're fired? I mean, you can't even count for real, but that's why he's the best manager of all time. Like, Benson is probably one of the most sincere bosses ever. If you was late over 50 times, you think you'll still have a job? No, you getting fired the third time you late. And he just wants what's best for his coworkers, his associates. He's truly a true friend and a true boss. All Benson is trying to do is improve the park and live his day-to-day life. And if you don't see Benson as an understandable, reasonable guy, you need to go to the mental asylum. That's what be wrong with y'all YNs. Y'all can't tell who y'all real friends are. My request is give Benson a raise and give him the Employee of the Year award.
Next, we got Ferb. Do I really gotta explain why Ferb is an understandable character?
Bro rarely speaks the entire show and has the best motion the entire show. I mean, come on now. And with that motion, he pulled the baddest chick out the show.
Now let's move on. We got Daryl from The Walking Dead. We can all agree Daryl is one of the best characters in The Walking Dead,
but some people do view Daryl as being odd. Yes, he may stink here and there, and yes, he may eat dog food, but you gotta understand, in a zombie apocalypse and dog food's the only item left in stock,
You telling me you're not gonna eat that dog food? I ain't leaving no crumbs if I see that dog food personally. Finger looking good. But a lot of people don't like the fact that Daryl doesn't confess his feelings for Carol. But we gotta understand Daryl is afraid of losing everyone that he cares about, and that's why sometimes he hides his feelings. Since the beginning, Daryl has lost multiple people that he's cared about and special bonds he had with certain characters. For example, the connection he had with Beth expressed in his past, but then later on in the future, Glenn's death, which could have been prevented if Daryl just kept in his anger, which is why you see him more throughout the show being more quiet and non-talkative, because if he expresses himself more and becomes more open with new people and they die, expect the next Punisher. ChiChi, she is probably one of the most hated characters in Dragon Ball, which I never understood why. She's a great mother, she knows how to cook, she knows how to clean, she's most in fact loyal. When Goku's gone training, who keeps the house down? ChiChi. Literally, Goku's been dead for 7 years. Guess who stayed loyal? ChiChi. When Goku died the first time during the Saiyan saga, guess who stayed loyal? ChiChi. And a lot of people, get mad at her because she went straight to Gohan, not worrying about Goku during the Saiyan saga. But y'all gotta understand, Gohan was 4 years old during the time, and then he was forced to fight basically Vegeta to save the planet. And in the moment, she clearly saw Goku was awake and conscious, but just wasn't able to move. But Gohan literally looked dead. And as a mother, she should have been mad at Goku because Gohan was literally a baby. Basically, he's a child, but a baby to her, fighting against planet level threats. And people prefer having Bulma over ChiChi because Bulma is more wife material. Yeah, she got the money, she rich, but Bulma is she literally married Vegeta not that long after she broke up with Yamcha. And Vegeta basically killed Yamcha. How would you feel if your girl got took by your biggest op and you couldn't do nothing about it? Exactly my point. Which is why ChiChi is the best wife in Dragon Ball and the most understandable. Just know, don't let me see no ChiChi comments because I'll find you. Or maybe I'm at your doorstep right now. Come and find out. And now on to the last guy I want to talk about. And I know you've seen him on the thumbnail. Homelander. Before y'all come in my neck, this isn't relatable. This is understandable, which by definition is able to be understood. Remember, I said that at the beginning of the video. Now to clarify, I'm not saying his actions are justified. I mean, literally, if I explain some of the things he did to people, this whole video on my account will be terminated. If I was to give Homelander a sentence, it would automatically just be life. There's no buts. There's no defense. It's just life. But since this is a understanding video, let's try to put ourselves in Homelander's shoes. So if we do, we understand that Homelander's actions are understandable to a very, very, very small extent. First thing you gotta pick up is his backstory. Homelander was born in a lab, basically a lab rat every day, getting burnt every day, in isolation every day, just getting tested on every single little thing he does. He came into this world with no parents, he had no friends either, and no one to really talk to at all. Only people he interacted with for years was just scientists. They were just trying to see how far they can push his powers. And pretty much basically his whole life, he was just used. But some of his actions do contradict on what I say. He's not a hero in my books, but I do understand on why he does the things he does. So if you try to make an argument that Homelander does the things he does because of trauma, I wouldn't blame you. I'll partially agree with you. And maybe, who knows, if he had a loving parent or actually loving people around him when he was a kid, he may have been different. He could have been the next Superman. Or maybe this was just a showing of what Superman could be like if he didn't have caring parents. Now that would be a good DC show. It might be like Injustice. Who knows? So do let me know in the comments who do you think is the most understandable character in your opinion. Or if you disagree with the characters that I have stated, let me know. And I know I've been gone for 6 months. For the small amount of you that care. All that matters now is that I'm back and we're better. Anyways, before the video ends, if you're new, subscribe. Could be a day one as well. And if you don't, it's cool. Just when you go to sleep, both sides of your pillows are gonna be warm.